Hi, I'm going to show you how to create a very simple and humane mouse trap. It'll be made from a few domestic household pieces of trash that I picked up, and that's all we'll be using. This is an empty milk carton. It's going to be used as a frame. This is an empty shampoo bottle, which will be actually the trap that'll catch the mouse, hopefully. The idea here is the shampoo bottle will be suspended in the middle of the milk carton, and when the mouse enters, gravity should tip the bottle up, and the mouse will not be able to escape. Now, coincidentally, and it just is a coincidence, the shampoo bottle is just marginally taller than the width of the carton, which is very useful. I'll cut the top off this to allow more access and to make sure that when it rotates it won't jam at the top, but at the same time will be close enough to stop the mouse escaping. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is make access into the in here so I can actually fit the bottle inside. Now I'm going to keep some of the bottom of this here because I'm also going to, as well as the fulcrum, which is the middle axle if you like, I'm going to keep a piece of this so I can put another pin through it as a stop to stop the bottle falling all the way down. So I'll be back to you as soon as I cut this thing open. Okay, so I've cut the carton open. You can see the shape of it. I've left some of the body of it here, which I can use for this, what I said was going to be a stop. And if you look, and I put the bottle inside and we look at the height of it, it's absolutely perfect in terms of, it doesn't need much cut off the top, but if it happened to be up here you could still just cut more off. But this, as I said, just coincidentally happens to be a very good size. So again, I'll just top this off here. The next thing is we're going to pick a midpoint along this side here, where we're going to drill a hole and put the wire in, which would be the pivot point. Okay, so first of all I cut the cap off the top of this bottle. But when I did that, I found I didn't have enough headroom within the box so that this would rotate. It was still about a quarter of an inch short, too much. So I've trimmed about a quarter of an inch off it. So that's this piece of waste here that came off the top of the bottle. So you can remember too that when this is rotating inside of the frame, if you want to call it that, it needs to have enough clearance at the back so it doesn't jam. So you need that to be shorter than the radius, or yeah, when it's actually turning. Okay, so I marked out halfway down the bottle locations for two of the pivot holes, and I drilled those, right? As I said, you don't need a drill. In fact, the drill was probably more awkward than using a hot needle or something like that. But anyway, there, halfway down. Now the trick when you're putting this in to drill the holes in the outside frame is that you take it off the bottom so it's not jammed on the bottom, and that it's reasonably close to the top. So in my case I can actually see through this carton because it's fairly transparent, so I can see where the holes need to be to line up. So I just drill those. I've marked them with a pencil. Okay, so the next step then is I cut a piece of my coat hanger off. So it's the axle, or if you want to use the official term, it's the fulcrum. So this is going to rotate that way. Hopefully it's not going to hit the back or the bottom, but we'll be free to rotate. If these holes, by the way, aren't exact and you need to redo them, you can move them. It's not going to make a big lot of difference. So we'll get this through this hole. Yeah, there we go. And push it out the other side. They're a bit, the holes are a bit tight. I need to free them a little bit to give it a bit more movement. Okay, that's in there. And that's in there. Okay. So I hope you can see that now. The inner bottle is there and it's free to rotate. Now, we're getting near. Obviously I'll bend these outside pieces, but I won't for the moment in case I need to take it back apart. Okay, so I said we left a little bit of the shoulders on this. Basically that was to put, oh, we're hitting the back, marginally hitting the back. So what I'll do there is I'll move the hole slightly forward. It won't make any difference because it's still fairly well sealed at the top. I don't think the mouse can get out through the top. You can see there when it goes up, it's fairly well sealed. So as I said, we need something to rest. By the way, as you notice, the weight of this at the moment, it's heavier at the back, so it's bringing it upright, which we actually don't want. We want it to stay horizontal until the weight of the mouse spins it around. So that's very easily cured. All we'll do is we'll add a counterweight. We'll stick maybe a penny onto the top here, so to give it enough weight to keep it down until the mouse enters. So I'll be back to you in 2 seconds. Sorry, didn't switch it off. Hold on. Okay, while you were away there, I did a little bit of repairs. I bent in the ends of the axle so that they can't slip back out. There's a nice bit of freedom in terms of its rotation. It swings well. It doesn't pass the back on the other way around, but that doesn't matter because it's only going to go from there to here. So I'm going to drill 2 holes either side here and put a small pin underneath so that this can't fall all the way down, so it'll have a kind of a resting place. Okay, when you were away, I did a few little alterations and found a few other things that needed to be attended to. So the first thing I did was I put in this little rest stop here so that when it's down in the horizontal position, it stays down. Secondly, as you can see, I added a couple of quarters up here to keep it down because it was back heavy and it would automatically, it wouldn't stay in the horizontal position. Now, after doing that, I found something else that needed to be attended to. When it flipped up, because of the counterweight at the back, it went more than vertical, and it came to a stop against the stop that it originally put in. So in order to cure that, we just need to put another rest stop in front of it when it's in the vertical position, so it will stay upright like this. So I have somewhere, yeah, here we are. I drilled a couple of holes where it'll stay vertical, and that's what we got now. So it should work if I put it back in the horizontal position, right, and we have Mr. Mouse comes along and goes in. I'll throw in a couple of quarters just to simulate the mouse. Oh yes, well, not perfect, but it might need a bit of fine tuning. So that's the idea. I suppose what we do need to do is help Mr. Mouse into his new abode, and to do that I have the perfect thing here, which was what we cut off the bottle first, and we can use that as a ramp, and it's light enough that when it flicks, it won't prevent it turning upside down. So that's it. My wife checked it out. She said it looks good. We have to find a mouse now to try it out. She did suggest that instead of a shampoo bottle, I should have used a mousse bottle. Haha. Bye bye.